Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is 7 o'clock at night, and I am fucking exhausted. Woke up at 1 o'clock, like 1:30, something like that, when I got out of bed. You're probably thinking, Casper, why are you exhausted? You've barely been awake 6 hours. Well, here's the thing. I was straight out to Walmart at like 3:30, or 2:30. I don't remember. One of those two. I was dragged out there to go Black Friday shopping on Thursday. There were so many fucking people. And some of you might know, I think I've gone over it before. I am autistic, diagnosed by fucking multiple doctors at 16 with Asperger's syndrome. So, I don't like people as it is. My anxiety is bad around people. But on top of that, there was a lot of sound and a lot of bright lights and everything. So that really bothered me. And I mostly just spent my time sitting on the floor. We were there to pick up iPads for a family friend of ours. She was there too, so we were just sitting there with her so she could get multiple ones without, being told no. So I just sat there on the floor and tried to drown everybody around me out. Couldn't play on my phone. Why? Oh, because I decided to unplug my phone this morning and sit in bed for an hour and a half and let my phone die. So it was on like just over 50%. I think it was probably about maybe 61% when I left the house. So any of the games I have on my phone, they just zap my fucking battery. So I couldn't do shit to keep myself distracted. So I tried to just stay off my phone, try to, focus, read whatever was around me. Because we were sitting there in the photo center. So, there's lots of stuff to read, different sales tags and stuff. So I'm sitting there trying to read stuff, trying to stay calm. Nah. I was so happy to get the hell out of there. When we went to go leave, my grandma and her friend were just like, oh, well, let's just wait on everybody to go past, and then we'll just go. I'm like, nope, follow me. Somebody almost got punched in the face till I saw a state boy. I looked up right as I was getting ready to fucking hit the goddamn person because they wouldn't fucking get out of my way. I looked up and he looked back at me and I kind of just nodded. I was like, yeah, fuck you. I can't hit this motherfucker because of you. So I kept moving, kept going, got to the front finally, and I couldn't feel, like, my whole goddamn body was just, like, on vibrate. It was, like, sitting there like this. I was, like, sitting there shaking. I could barely stand up. It was hell. I do not suggest ever doing Black Friday shopping with anxiety and Asperger's. It's not fun. I actually looked up some noise-canceling headphones while I was there at Walmart, on our way back to sit there for 2 hours, waiting on them to bring out the iPads, so that we were first in line. And I wish that I had had those fucking noise-canceling headphones because there were children screaming in the aisle next to us where the toys are. Children screaming, children running, babies crying and screaming, people talking like they were trying to talk at a fucking jet air show. Like, why are you screaming to each other? I mean, I get it, people are talking everywhere in this fucking store, but you don't have to yell when they're 2 inches away from you. I mean, if you do, then you tell people to shut the fuck up and then talk normally. Needless to say, it was very exhausting. It took a lot out of me. And I don't have a lot in me as it is, Last night, I didn't go to sleep, honestly, until... I say last night, it was actually this morning. I didn't go to sleep. It was like... Definitely after 3. I was probably closer, about 6, something like that. And the sun was up. I remember staring out the goddamn window, half awake, my glasses off, no contacts, and so I couldn't really see. I remember half awake, just staring out the window and thinking, I need to fucking go to sleep. And I was having such a hard time sleeping, and my eyes are drier than the fucking Sahara Desert, and I need to take my contacts out and lay down and probably finish eating the food that I made earlier today. Because it is, in fact, Thanksgiving. So I had, like, this huge bowl that I put together this morning when I woke up. And then I'm sitting there trying to eat. I'm about, like, a quarter of the way into eating. My grandma's like, well, we gotta go meet her. This is blah, 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 blah. Yippee. But at least I got to eat a little bit. My nose is running. I am sorry. I get to take a shower. Probably gonna do it tonight. It's not supposed to be done until tomorrow, but I really just want to, like, wash all of these people off of me because I kept bumping into people, and I don't like that. I don't like that at all. But, yeah, I mean, I stayed calm, pretty much. I mean, I simply told my grandmother, if somebody bumps into me and is annoying me, I'm gonna fucking punch them in the goddamn face. I don't care. I mean, you don't put a person like me into a close a close area like that with a lot of people because I don't handle it well. And I'm pretty sure at that point I wasn't high functioning anymore. I was like about down here functioning, where I'm usually like up here and functioning. I'm a very high functioning person. That's what they told me when they first diagnosed me. Like, it would be almost impossible to diagnose you because you're so high functioning, but it was at the same time obvious that I did have Asperger's. So, I am diagnosed Asperger's. I am diagnosed severe social anxiety and just anxiety, period. Severe depression. It's all diagnosed by doctors, psychiatrists, all kinds of shit. I've been in and out of them my entire fucking life. So, this shit is for a fact. Like, I'm not just trying to say it just to say it. I would not wish this on my worst enemy, to have to deal with having your brain like this, because it's not fun. And those of you who do have Asperger's or are autistic and high functioning, you understand what I mean. Everybody looks at you and they're like, oh, but you're so normal. And you act just like everybody else. And it's just like, well, yeah, what am I supposed to do? Scream constantly and flip out and freak out 24/7? Because there are some of us that do, but not all of us. Some of us are very high functioning, but for me, I was told my entire life, even after I got diagnosed, that I wasn't. I couldn't be. I don't act like them. But I knew I did because I related to them so much on so many fucking things. I knew how they felt. If they describe something, be like, I know exactly how that is. A normal person wouldn't know what it's like to suffer with that problem. But I do. So putting me in situations like that is not a good idea. And if you do have Asperger's or autism, which they're the same fucking thing, but Asperger's is a form of it. It's a little bit different. It's like a I almost said subgenre. It's not a genre. Like a sub-diagnosis. It falls under autism, but it has its own set things to it. And you can look up the signs and symptoms and stuff of Asperger's. You can talk to your doctor about it if you think you or your child might have it. It is extremely common. It's not bad to have it. You're not any different from anybody else. So don't ever let anybody tell you you're different because you have Asperger's. Just, if your kid does have it, be understanding. Especially when they're young. Teach them, it's okay. You don't have to let them, dwell on it and focus on it 24/7 and shit. Nowadays, I sit there talking about, it's like, this is the reason that I'm like this. Don't you see that? And everybody's like, well, why are you dwelling on it and focusing on it so much? That's not healthy. I'm like, you don't realize I have been denied this right my whole life. I've been told that I was fine and I was just making it up. And how would I know to make that up? How would I know to act that way? And I don't do well in crowds. That's the whole moral of this story. I know it sounds like I just played Plinko with you guys and changed the subject entirely, but I really didn't. I'm just explaining why I don't do well in crowds and big groups and family reunions. I used to go to those all the time. Literally what I would do is I would spend all my time in a corner with my cousin, who was also, as a child, much younger than I was, diagnosed with Asperger's. Semi-high functioning. And his brother was semi-high functioning. They've gotten better about controlling mood swings and stuff like that. But he's older than me, but he was diagnosed a lot younger than I was. He was diagnosed in elementary school, I think. And I knew he was when I was a kid. And I didn't know what it was, but everybody said, he has autism. I'm like, well, what the hell is autism? And they tried to explain to me, well, I'm bored, I'm leaving. Because I also have ADHD. Also diagnosed by the doctors. I think I was officially 100% diagnosed with that at 18, but they did say that I had it when I was 12. When I went to just go see my normal little family doctor, and she was doing a checkup on me, she's like, you have ADHD, and I was like, how do you know? And she's like, you have all of the symptoms of it, because she was trained in more than just one thing. She was trained to be able to spot all kinds of stuff. So, yay for me. Not really. ADHD sucks. I would not wish it on my worst enemy. It made school so hard. It makes trying to function like a normal adult so fucking hard because I'm not normal, and I'm okay with that. I make the joke a lot that I'm not all there in the head, and it's true. I'm not. I know enough of right from wrong to not get arrested every 2 seconds, but I really don't know right from wrong. And the biggest thing about me, just more background on me, really. When I was younger, probably about 14, that's when my life, like, got flipped upside down. Probably when I was about 14, I was explaining to one of my friends that I felt like something was wrong with me. And she was like, well, what do you mean? I was like, well, a normal person, you know, if someone were to come up to you saying that, you know, you're like everybody else, you fit in, you're a carbon copy of everybody in this world. They come up to you and like, well, my grandfather just died. And you'd be like, oh, I'm so sorry, that's so terrible, I'm sorry for your loss, blah, 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 blah. If they did that to me, like, I'm not even joking, I'm not trying to be an edgelord, I would literally start laughing. And just be like, that is fucking hilarious. Where do you come up with jokes like this? And I would make it, like, really uncomfortable. It'd be a very uncomfortable situation for them. And for me, I'm just like, why are you mad at me? I didn't do anything wrong. This is my way of expressing myself. So, I got diagnosed with cancer. It turns out that it wasn't cancer, which is, thank God. But I still could end up with cancer later. Who knows? I got diagnosed with cancer at 14. That's why my life turned upside down. I ended up having to have a surgery and a bunch of fun stuff like that because they caught it in time or whatever. But it turns out it wasn't cancer at all. I found that out, I think, either earlier this year or last year. So glad to find out that it was not cancer. It was a false diagnosis. But still, turned my life upside down. At that point, I had a very odd outlook on life and death. A lot of people tell me that the reason that over the years that I've tried to kill myself, that I never committed to it because I was afraid of dying. No. I'm not afraid of dying. I actually have a death wish. I do insane shit. Whenever I'm driving, if I'm in a certain mood, I don't even realize I'm doing it. I'll just be like fucking speeding and swerving all over the road and zoning out and somehow managing to still stay between the lines perfectly fine, but in my head, playing out a scenario, well, if I just jerk the wheel, I could slam into that guardrail and die right now. But then I think, you know what? This is my grandma's car. I can't wreck her car. One, I would be dead because she would kill me, and two, I might actually die because I just wrecked her car. So, yeah, we're not going to do that this time. Maybe next time. So that happens every time I drive. So that's why I don't drive, guys. I don't drive because I idolize death way too much to drive. I'm not actually ever going to do anything. That is a promise. You guys do not have to worry about me. My psychiatrist knows about this. She gave me medicine to help me to regulate it. She knows that I idolize death and that I think about it a lot. And like I told my counselor the other day, or actually, I think it was just yesterday. Like I told my counselor yesterday, the day before that, Tuesday, I really wanted to just end it. I wanted to take all of my fucking pills, all of my sleeping pills, all of my Prozac, all of my Tylenol, all of my fucking, whatever the fuck that pain medicine is that I have, that I got back when I freaking hurt my shoulder and my elbow. Take all of that shit just all at once, just down it all, and lay down and never wake back up. But I wasn't going to do that because I can't do that to my family. I can't do that to my friends. I can't do that to you guys. Because, I mean, a lot of my friends watch these videos. But I can't do that to you guys. I can't just leave without an explanation, without a reason. Everybody knows why I want to. People who are really close to me, they know what I went through just 2 years ago. They know what I went through last year. They know what I'm going through now. Constant, just bad shit, constantly. From almost being raped to almost being raped again to having these fucking people come after me for something I didn't even do, which I explained in my last video with the cops and everything. So, I mean, I've got a lot to live for. I've got a future of possibly having children, possibly getting married to my partner, possibly marrying other partners, polyamory for the win, guys. I have a brother that I have to look out for. Yeah, he's older than me. He doesn't really need me, but we were all each other had growing up. And the ones who are close to me, they know that they've heard my life story many times. Many times. And they've cried, and I'm sitting there laughing. These things that I should be crying about, I'm laughing. I'm like, well, shit happens, you know? And that's my motto, you know? Shit happens. You mean, you can't cry over spilt milk. You can't cry over getting drunk and almost being raped. I laugh about it now. It pisses me off, and I want the bastard dead, but I'm not going to do anything, you know? I'm not going to throw my life away. I mean, Shit, karma's a real thing. It's not just on Reddit. Karma is real, but I did make a lot of karma on Reddit, and I am happy for that. But karma's real. He's gonna get his. He will. I know he will, because I choose to believe that he will. So I'm not gonna throw my life away just to go after some guy who tried to fucking rape me while I was shit-faced drunk and trying to go to sleep. That's fine. I don't care. I don't drink anymore. Well, I drink. I don't drink as much anymore. And I only drink in places that I feel comfortable. And I'm always the last one to go to sleep now. Because I was the first one to go to sleep that night. I'm always the last one to go to sleep. I usually wait till everybody else is asleep before I get truly shit-faced. I mean, I take more care of myself now than I did back then. And, yeah. It's rough. I mean, shit happens. That's my motto. I've had a lot of bad fucking shit happen to me. I was severely abused as a kid. At least in my eyes, it was severe. In the law's eyes, it was probably severe, but I never got taken away from my home. I never, I talked about it a lot with a lot of people, but nobody ever reported it because everybody's like, oh, well, that's just normal. Because back then, that was normal. That was the early 2000s. In the early 2000s, you beat your kid with a wooden spoon and nobody bats an eye. After 2010, if you look at your kid wrong, you're abusing them. So, I mean, the way that I grew up is so different from how kids grow up these days. Like, back in my day, being born in the late 90s, didn't have a whole lot to do with anything, but it's just the point. A lot of the things that happened in the 90s were a big part of my life. The way that people did things back then carried over into the early 2000s and how I truly grew up. Because then I was 2 years old when the 2000s hit. Technically, I became semi-aware of what the hell was going on at about 4 years old. So, 2002, before I knew what the hell was going on in the world. And I should not have known all of that stuff that young. I should not have known, I'm probably gonna get hate and get shit for this, but I was a tiny little kid when 9/11 happened. I never understood it. I never understood the big hype. Why do we not forget? Like, I understand, a lot of people died. People die every day. The world is over fucking populated anyway. Ow. That was my fucking leg. That hurt. That was karma. That right there is fucking karma. Anyway, as I was saying, the world's fucking overpopulated. I'm making a long-ass vlog because I just want to explain this real quick so you guys can truly understand how fucked up my head is and the fact that I'm really not all there. But I'm still a really chill person, But, ever since... Shit, if I had to try to guess how old I was. I'd say about 10 years old. Maybe a little older than that. I mean, I've been fucked up for a long time. About 10 years old, I started making the jokes whenever 9/11 came around. The typical jokes you always hear. Bush did it, blah, 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 blah. Don't really give a shit. But the jokes I used to make were shit like, always forget. And I used to get so many people who were fucking mad at me because they didn't understand. Like, my brother would just laugh along and be like, yeah, haha, okay. My mom would just be like, well, that's not nice. A lot of people lost their families. I was like, so? I've lost a lot of my family to other shit. Does it look like I give a shit? And she's like, okay, whatever, and just kind of let it go. She did her best to reprimand me when I was wrong, but I didn't know truly what was wrong. What I see is okay, the rest of everybody else sees is that's not okay. And what I see is wrong, everybody's just like, why is that wrong? That's perfectly normal, and that's just a little explanation on what it's like to be me. So if I ever say something that, is really fucked up and, really offends you guys, you can't get mad. Well, I mean, you can. You can get mad at me all fucking day long. You can just talk shit about me till you run out of air. There's nothing I can do about it. I can't fix my brain. I can't fix the chemicals. No amount of Prozac will ever make me okay. No antidepressants or any type of psychological altering drugs will ever fix what the fuck is wrong with my head, because this is the way I am. And for anyone who's wondering, yes, I was vaccinated as a child, and no, that has nothing to do with the fact that I have autism. And if you think that, please just yeet yourself right off of this fucking channel, because I do not want to hear that shit. My children will be vaccinated. My children will probably also have autism because I have autism and my partner has autism. Chances are, if it is even the slightest bit genetic, which sometimes it can be, my kid will end up with it, and I'm okay with that. Perfectly okay with that. But they're also going to be vaccinated because I am not having my child die of polio. In 2020. I'm not bringing polio back. I'm not bringing back fucking tuberculosis, even though tuberculosis is still around. I'm not gonna end my kid's life because I'm a selfish asshole who thinks that vaccines are bad for my kid when they're not. But yeah, I forgot what we were going to really talk about other than the Black Friday shopping on Thursday, which was weird. Very, very weird. Welcome to Kentucky, guys. We do our Black Friday a day early. Although I'm pretty sure we're still doing Black Friday tomorrow. I'm not going if we are. I do not want to fucking be in that. Hell no. I had enough today. I was supposed to make this vlog earlier today, but then I ended up at the store, and I didn't really feel like trying to vlog at the store because you couldn't hear shit. People were screaming, like I said earlier, everybody was screaming. There were kids screaming and crying and running around, and it was just like nothing but fucking noise, and I was like freaking out and sitting there twiddling my damn fingers and just trying not to go insane. Trying to avoid the crowds. That was my main thing. I was trying to avoid the crowds. Trying to keep my fucking lips from killing me from where I re-pierced them. They're still fucking hurting. Always go to a professional piercer the first time. Probably go back to same professional piercer to re-pierce your ears after, or not your ears. Ears no matter. Rip your ears open if you want. I don't care. I do mine all the time. To re-pierce your lips because I have actually ripped my lip. So it's rough. It's really rough. It'll be alright. I ripped my septum when I first stretched up to a 14, which is what I believe is in there now. It's either 14 or 12. I don't remember. But it fit in there fine. So I'm guessing 14. It's actually got a little bit of wiggle room. So it might be a little smaller than a 14 because I had a 14 in there before. But yeah, just be careful when you put your piercings back in after having them out for a few months because you can cause a lot of problems. Like I said, I literally ripped my lip. I don't know if you can see it or not. Ow. Ow. I don't know if you can see it. Let me grab this flashlight over here. Maybe that'll help a little bit. But you can actually see where it ripped. Get this thing to focus. See? I don't know if you can see it or not. It's rough. And I can't see straight because I just looked directly into that light. Okay. Yeah, I sure up ripped it. When this is flipped upside down, both of them, the inside ones here. They've been the ones that I took out. Ow. You can see right here up against the ring. I don't know if it'll show up on camera. They were actually literally ripped from where I put them in and just spun them in and then they just poked out. Although I put this one in from the front going out the back, coming out in here. I don't think that one ripped as bad, but trying to get them cleaned and everything, I think I ripped out here. Or just trying to get it in the hole in general. But I tried for quite a while to put them in through the back and then pull them up the front, and I think that's when this one actually ripped. But, anyway. Be very careful putting piercings back in. Do not fuck up. Do not do piercings yourself. Whenever I go to get my eyebrow pierced and my bridge up here pierced and my cheeks pierced, I'm going to a professional. I'm also going to get both sides of my nostril pierced. I'm going to a professional. I could easily pierce the sides of my nostrils on my own. Easily. I'm not going to because I can fuck up and I can cause a really, really bad infection and it can go straight to my brain and then I'm dead. And like we said earlier, I'm not trying to do that. But this is going to be a little longer of a vlog because I keep rambling and I'm sorry guys. I am half a fucking asleep. I'm half asleep and I'm so glad to be home and in bed and there's not a whole lot of noise other than, Harry Potter. Well, right now it's a commercial, but Harry Potter's on TV. It has been on TV since sometime yesterday. I fell asleep watching The Sorcerer's Stone, and right now I am watching The Deathly Hallows Part 1. I'm pretty sure Part 2 is my favorite. I can't remember. Maybe Part 1 is my favorite. I don't remember. I've never seen all the movies. I mean, I've seen them all, but I've never seen them in order. I always end up watching them out of order because I can never catch them on at the correct time. But, it hurts. People who've had their lips pierced before or had really any piercing, but lips are really bad about it, and have had these rings in before, whether it be a full ring or a horseshoe like what I've got, y'all know what those crusties feel like when they go down inside that hole. My septum did the same thing first time I got it pierced. That fucking crusties, they went right into that damn hole and it fucking hurt. Ears aren't so bad. I don't move my ears a whole lot. Sleeping on them is hell, but moving them, no, hell no. I'm not doing that. Just keep the shit off the back so that they can bleed out or whatever the fuck they're gonna do. They hurt like hell, but the ball over here on this side's actually smaller than this one. These were the only captions I had. I might be saying that wrong. Possibly. Probably. Knowing me, probably. But these were the only ones I had. I'm only keeping these in enough to stretch my ear a little bit and get them open so that I can actually put studs in, a lot like what I'm doing with these two lip rings right here. On the inside, I'm just putting studs in. And I'm actually going to have the full rings on the sides of my nostrils. And then something right here. I don't know what yet. And then I'm probably going to get my eyebrow pierced. And I'm going to get my industrial pierced one day. That's going to hurt. But, yeah. I feel like I've rambled enough. We're at about 24 minutes. 25 minutes. I can't fucking see straight. Oh, God. I'm fucking tired. I just want to heat back up my food, eat, and take a shower and go to sleep and wake up and have thousands of dollars and I don't know what the fuck I want to do with it. But if you guys are enjoying this, leave a like. If I'm rambling too much, comment, tell me to shut the fuck up and make my videos shorter, and I will. I want to please you guys as best as I can anyway. But yeah, just let me know what you guys want me to do, because I'm gonna ramble. I ain't got nothing better to do. I don't do much. I don't go out in stores where I'm comfortable enough to try to hold up my phone while recording, while walking around a store full of people that I know, because I used to fucking work at Walmart, guys. I hated it. So I made a lot of friends because I hated it, and so now, I don't know. I just don't feel comfortable, like, vlogging around them, because it's weird. Especially when they're trying to work. But that's just me. I don't really go anywhere anyway. I kind of wish I did. Kind of glad I don't, because I don't like people. I just sit at home, watch Harry Potter, watch Netflix, watch YouTube, make YouTube videos, and I haven't done that in like 3 days because I have just been feeling like utter fucking shit. But anyway, we're almost 30 minutes into. We're like, this is about to be a 30-minute fucking vlog, and that's not good. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this here, because there is no reason this should run this long. But I hope this wasn't like super boring, and I was able to kind of like explain shit without rambling too much. Like, I don't remember what the fuck I said. But I love you guys. I just finished this hard on the other side of the screen. I love you guys so much, and I'm glad that you guys are here. Happy Thanksgiving. I meant to say that earlier, if I didn't already. Happy Thanksgiving. Christmas is coming up next month. Now you guys can finally pull out your fucking Christmas decorations. Thanksgiving's over. Now put up your fucking Christmas trees, you weirdos. No, but if you celebrate Christmas, Merry Christmas. If you celebrate Hanukkah, Happy Hanukkah. Or is it Merry Hanukkah? I don't remember. I used to know this. If you celebrate Kwanzaa, I believe it's Happy Kwanzaa. It might be Merry Kwanzaa. I'm not sure. Let's go with Happy. Happy Kwanzaa if you celebrate that. If you celebrate Yule, Happy Yule, Merry Yule. I used to be so good at knowing these. And if there are any other religions that, or whatever the fuck you want to call them, that you believe in this time of year, happy and merry, whatever the hell they are, because I only know of those few I just named. I don't even know what the fuck I just named. But and Happy New Year. Even though I'll probably see you guys before that. Just don't get too drunk, and don't drink if you're under the age of 21. Don't vlog about it anyway. Anyway, guys, I will see you in the next one. I don't know when I'm going to get another one of these out. I'm going to try to take another one tomorrow, depending on how I sleep tonight, and if I'm not too busy trying to record a new game tomorrow, because I just got a new game, and I'm hoping to get another new game for Christmas. Steam, guys, it is fucking amazing. I love it. So, yeah, I will see you guys later, and peace out. I love you guys. Behave yourselves, don't get into trouble, be safe, and have happy holidays. That works. To all of you, I love you guys.